I know this video probably won't resonate with many of my viewers because a lot of them don't even know who Idubbbz is. But as somebody who has been on YouTube probably longer than most of the content creators you even watch today, Idubbbz represented a extraordinarily important time of YouTube. It was a time of rapid growth. It was a time of edginess, humor, free, as close to free speech as YouTube ever got. You had white guys, saying the N-word nonstop in videos, and for comedic value. I think that, and they were never getting YouTube strikes. They were still running ads on those videos. All this kind of stuff. There's pre-many adpocalypses. Well, one of the primary creators during that time was by a creator who goes by the name Idubbbz. He created a content series, Content Cop, where they were just basically takedown videos of annoying YouTubers. Nothing wrong with them. They're the type of videos that YouTube does not allow anymore these days. They basically said this to me indirectly. Here's the thing: people do change and grow as they create content. And I watched his apology video. And it was just brutal to watch. So brutal. He is completely wrong in his own self-assessment of his past behavior. Him apologizing for edgy jokes, adopting all this weirdo leftist language, like making jokes about somebody on the internet is literal harassment. He mentions that several times, and going to the Tana Mojo thing and exposing her hypocrisy, another white person who constantly used the N-word as harassing. This is like new world, like new woke terminology. There's a couple of reasons why all this is happening, I believe. First and foremost, he probably did grow up. I am willing to bet that he changed a lot when he finally felt those sweet walls. I have a feeling, a strong suspicion, that his current girlfriend was the first time he's ever been with anyone or anyone serious. Probably the first time he's ever been with somebody, if you know what I'm saying. I had a friend like this, and most guys have had friends like this in the past, where anytime they're getting laid, they completely change. They have no self-worth whatsoever, and they find some woman who will sleep with them, and they completely change. When I was 16, 17, I was in a band with a guy, and he started dating an older girl, and I know for a fact that was his first, and he completely changed. He started wearing sweater vests and all this weird stuff. We were in a punk band. It was really weird. I've seen this behavior before. I'm fairly certain I'm right. I also think there are several things he says in this video that are lies and copes. The idea that modern, he's like Ethan Klein. He's on the exact same arc as Ethan Klein, essentially, where they know that this old content will follow them around forever. Ethan Klein has repeatedly said the N-word, right? He's immune to it, though. Apparently, he's, above YouTube rules. He's above criticism. Here's the thing. When you're like Ethan or Ian, right? You're in your 30s. And I don't know exactly how old Ian is. Don't care. He's probably in his late 20s or early 30s. And you've got huge being edgy, which is exactly what Ethan Klein did, exactly what Ian did. They made millions of dollars doing this. They never cared at all until one thing happened. Money stopped. YouTube stopped monetizing these edgy videos, and they all rebranded themselves as born again woke and so apologetic about their past history. Don't you think that it's a little suspicious, the timing of when Ethan Klein suddenly stopped making ownage videos? The guy himself uploaded a rant about how often he was getting demonetized, okay? This is right around the exact same time Ian stopped uploading his super edgy videos, right? So what happens? The money stops. You decide, well, I have to rebrand. And so this is what you get. These like shell of a man content creators like Ian and Ethan Klein who are just still chasing the dragon of money. And you can't have an edgy past and be advertiser friendly. There's only one route to getting paid again, okay? And I will share it with you. And if you really think this through, you'll see that I am correct. If you have an edgy past, N-word stuff or racist stuff or bigotry, things like that, you can apologize and receive redemption if and only if you do so and then espouse leftist political talking points. That is the only way that they will ignore all this stuff. Look at all the heinous stuff Hassan Piker says, or the heinous stuff Ian said, or Ethan Klein, right? Ethan Klein clearly has a problem with black people. He's said on multiple occasions very overtly racist things. But if you are a leftist, you are protected. If you're a leftist, you're protected from that. If you have an edgy past or you do things that you disagree and you do not espouse leftist political ideologies, you are doomed forever. For example, Sam Hyde. There is no redemption arc for people who made edgy content and then are conservative or apolitical. There is only one route to getting paid again, and that is being born again woke. With Ian, I do think, as this video gets downvoted into oblivion, I do think it's cringe to keep going to his videos and downvoting them. And I mean, okay, fine. To continue now, okay? We all know now this is the path that Ian has chosen. But don't think for even 1 second that this isn't financially driven. He was just on a podcast not that long ago talking about how they made no money in the last period of time, right? All of his old videos, I am certain, were demonetized by now. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. Deleting all your old videos, refreshing your image, suddenly using words like harassment and bigotry. I mean, Occam's razor is real, my friends. This is about money, 100%. With Ian, it might be about a woman too. But I also think it's cringe, by the way. Let me white knight for his wife. I don't think it's okay that people go after her online. Unless it's for something she's personally said or done. Ian is making these choices because he's drunk on the pee, in my opinion. Or he wants the money again. Okay, these people made millions of dollars when it was woke. Or when it was cool and edgy. And now they just want to pull the ladder up behind them and pretend like they've grown. BS. They realize that the only way they're going to get their videos remonetized, the only way they're going to continue that cash flow, the only way they're going to get brand deals, the only way they're going to grow their channels again is to embrace leftist political ideologies. In this video, he says ludicrous things like he's responsible for his viewership's actions. He literally says in this video on 2 occasions, I'm responsible for my viewers, my audience's actions. That is right out of the lefty 2016, 2020 SJW playbook. You can't make videos about people because then your viewers are harassing them and that's your fault. Somehow removing the agency of their viewers. What Ian is essentially saying is his viewers are too stupid to make their own decisions. So he made a video about Rice Gum making fun of him. And because he did, they had no agency whatsoever. And they had to run and go harass him and send him terrible messages. This is leftist talking point A1 in internet culture. He says he's monetized the video so he can make a donation to what? Fight racism? All those agencies are corrupt. He's also unlisted a ton of his old videos. I think he's done more today, but you can see in March, he delisted 50 million views worth of videos. And I'm also suspecting he also removed a bunch in April because he says he has no views. And he's also said that he is going to delete that. I mean, again, unlisting them now when they're demonetized doesn't really do anything, right? When he talks, he also literally apologizes to his black viewers. I'm not sure how many of his black viewers thought he was genuinely being racist when he said that word. I really believe this is about money. He called his viewers and himself, literally near the end of this video, an incel. He called himself an incel. This is what a guy who went a whole long time in his life without ever getting laid, what happens to them when they finally get a taste and then the threat of that going away. This might be the most depressing overcorrection in YouTube history. He could have just said, look, I made some stupid jokes. I don't agree with them anymore. Deleted the videos. But he adopts all this language about, oh, I'm so sorry to everyone I made content cop videos on. It was harassment. Bigotry. He refers to himself as bigoted multiple times. He's allowed to go down this path. But I think that you would be foolish to continue to patronize him, patronize his videos, and expect anything different. He knows that this is the only path to making money again. This is the path back to the big money days. The same thing Ethan Klein does. The same thing a lot of these edgy content creators do when they get cut off. So, pardon me while I don't think that he's necessarily had an epiphany. All right, I think a lot of this is coming from people around him. But unlike Ian, I won't blame his girlfriend for it. I won't blame whoever else in his life is for it. He's the one making these decisions. He's now chosen to essentially become a leftist. It's my position that this is all driven by money. Best of luck to you, Ian. This apology video was embarrassing, but I got the feeling that someone was on the other side of the camera pointing something at you, making you do it. But yikes. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.